What I wish I knew at 20? Well, a lot of things really. But when it comes to relationships, there's one piece of advice that stands out above the rest. It's something I wish I had truly understood back then, before navigating the complexities of love and commitment. It would have saved me a lot of heartache and confusion. Sometimes the most important conversations in a relationship happen in quiet moments. It's in these times that true understanding can grow. That not every relationship is worth the fight. We're often told to never give up, to persevere, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. But sometimes, holding on can be more damaging than letting go. Sometimes, the greatest act of love is to release someone, or to release yourself from a situation that's no longer serving either of you. And some endings are actually beginnings. A closed door can lead to an open window. The end of one chapter can be the start of an even more exciting one. It's a chance to learn, to grow, and to create space for something truly amazing to enter your life. So how do you know when to hold on, or when to let go? It's a question that plagues us all at some point. It's not always easy to discern the right path, especially when emotions are running high. But there are some key indicators that can help you make the best decision for yourself and your well-being. Here's the truth. Every relationship has ups and downs. There will be moments of joy, laughter, and deep connection, as well as times of disagreement, frustration, and even sadness. That's just the nature of being human and sharing your life with another person. The key is to understand the difference between normal challenges and fundamental incompatibilities. But before you go all in or call it quits, before you make a decision you might regret, it's crucial to take a step back and assess the situation objectively. Ask yourself a few real questions. Dig deep and be honest with yourself. This isn't about blaming or judging. It's about gaining clarity and understanding what's truly best for you in the long run. First, is there respect? This is the foundation upon which any healthy relationship is built. Without it, everything else crumbles. Respect is shown not just in words, but in actions. Small gestures of kindness can rebuild trust and connection. I'm not talking about butterflies or drama, those fleeting feelings that can often mask deeper issues. I mean, do you both listen, apologize, and support each other? Do you value each other's opinions and feelings? Do you treat each other with kindness and consideration, even when you disagree? If yes, that's worth fighting for. Respect can be rebuilt and strengthened over time, with conscious effort and open communication. If not, that's a red flag. Disrespect can manifest in many ways, from subtle put-downs to outright abuse. If you're consistently feeling belittled, ignored, or unsafe, it's a sign that the relationship is fundamentally flawed. Next, are you growing together? Are you both evolving as individuals and as a couple, or just hanging on out of habit? Are you simply comfortable with the familiar, even if it's no longer fulfilling? Healthy relationships push you to be better, not bitter. They inspire you to reach your full potential and support you along the way. If you find yourself shrinking, hiding who you are, suppressing your dreams and passions, or dreading time together, if you feel like you're walking on eggshells or constantly compromising your own needs, it might be time to let go. Think about communication. This is the lifeblood of any successful relationship. Are problems just swept under the rug, ignored, or avoided altogether? Or are you both willing to talk things through, even when it's hard? Can you have difficult conversations without resorting to blame, defensiveness, or stonewalling? If nobody's willing to work, to communicate openly and honestly, the relationship probably won't either. It takes two to tango, and it takes two to build a lasting and fulfilling connection. Finally, are you fighting for love, for a genuine connection and a shared future, or just afraid of being alone? Are you staying in the relationship because you genuinely want to be there, or because you're terrified of what life might look like without your partner? Stay because you want to, because you see a future together, not because you're scared to leave. Fear is a terrible motivator, and it will ultimately lead to resentment and unhappiness. Bottom line, if there's mutual respect, genuine growth, and real effort from both sides, if you're both committed to making the relationship work, fight for it. Don't give up easily. Seek help from a therapist or counselor if needed. Invest in your relationship and nurture it with love and care. If you're feeling drained, constantly disrespected, or stuck in a negative loop that never seems to end, if you're consistently unhappy and unfulfilled, it's okay to let go. It's okay to prioritize your own well-being and happiness. Sometimes letting go isn't a failure. It's not a sign of weakness or defeat. It's a step towards something better. It's an act of self-love and a recognition that you deserve to be in a relationship that nourishes your soul. Trust yourself. You know what's best for you, even if it's hard to admit. You deserve a relationship that feels good, that brings you joy and supports your growth, not just familiar and comfortable. You deserve to be with someone who values you, respects you, and loves you for who you truly are. Don't settle for anything less. Sometimes the hardest part of any relationship is recognizing when it's truly time to let go. We all want to believe things will get better, that love can conquer anything. But sometimes, holding on does more harm than good. So how do you know for sure? Let's get practical and look at some habits and signs that often indicate it's time to move on, and how doing so can actually be a step toward a better, brighter future. One clear sign is a pattern of repeated arguments about the same issues, with no real resolution or change. For example, maybe you've talked about feeling unappreciated or needing more quality time together, but nothing ever improves. If you find yourself stuck in a cycle of conflict, frustration, and disappointment, it might be a sign that your needs aren't being met, and that they may never be. Another habit to watch for is the slow drift into emotional distance. Maybe you used to share everything, but now you barely talk, or your conversations feel forced and shallow. You might start making excuses to spend time apart, or notice that you're happier when you're not together. This emotional disconnect can be subtle at first, but it's a powerful indicator that the connection is fading. If you feel more like roommates than partners, it's time to take a closer look at what's really going on. Let's talk about real-life scenarios. Imagine a couple, Sarah and Alex. Sarah constantly feels like she has to change who she is to make Alex happy. She stops seeing her friends, gives up hobbies she loves, and even changes her opinions to avoid arguments. Over time, Sarah loses sight of who she is. If you recognize yourself in this story, if you're sacrificing your identity or happiness to keep the peace, it's a sign that the relationship is no longer healthy. Or consider Mike and Jess. They've been together for years, but every conversation turns into a blame game. No matter how much they try, they can't communicate without hurting each other. Both feel exhausted, resentful, and stuck. In this case, letting go isn't about giving up. It's about giving both people a chance to heal and find happiness elsewhere. So what does letting go look like in practice? It starts with honest reflection. Journaling, talking with trusted friends, or seeking guidance from a counselor can help you gain clarity. Set boundaries, and don't be afraid to express your needs. If you've tried everything and things still haven't changed, it's okay to make the brave choice to walk away. The positive outcomes can be life-changing. Many people who've left unhealthy relationships report feeling lighter, more confident, and even rediscovering parts of themselves they'd forgotten. They create new opportunities, build stronger friendships, and attract healthier relationships in the future. Letting go can be the first step toward a happier, more authentic life. Remember, letting go doesn't mean you failed. It means you're choosing to honor yourself and your happiness. It's an act of courage, and it opens the door to growth, renewal, and the possibility of something truly wonderful ahead. Here are some practical tips for moving forward. Focus on self-care. Exercise, eat well, and get enough rest. Surround yourself with supportive people. Try new activities or revisit old passions. Give yourself time to heal and be patient with the process. If you find yourself struggling, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapy can provide valuable tools for healing and growth, and remind you that you're not alone. Trust yourself. You have the strength to make the right choice, and you deserve a love that lifts you up, not one that holds you back. The end of one chapter is the beginning of another, one filled with hope, growth, and new possibilities. You are worthy of happiness, respect, and love. Don't settle for less. Letting go can be the bravest, most loving thing you do for yourself, and it can open the door to a future brighter than you ever imagined.